You have probably been told by a grandchild or a bank pamphlet or a man on television that your passwords are bad. You've been told to make them long and complicated, never write them down, and never use the same one twice, which, if you have 40 accounts, is advice roughly equivalent to memorize a phone book. I'm not going to do that to you. Here's the short, honest version instead. You don't need 40 perfect passwords. You need a few genuinely strong ones on the accounts that matter. And you need to stop reusing the same password everywhere. That's the part that actually gets people robbed. Now, why is reuse the real problem? Here's what actually happens, and it's not what most people picture. Nobody sits at a computer guessing your password. Instead, some company you had an account with years ago gets hacked, and millions of email and password pairs are stolen and sold. Criminals then take those pairs and try them automatically on hundreds of other sites. Your bank, your email, your shopping accounts. It costs them nothing, and it's all done by machine. So if you use the same password at that long-forgotten store as you use on your email is already compromised. Not because anyone targeted you, but because a machine tried a list. That's why reuse matters more than complexity. A fiendishly clever password used in 6 places is far more dangerous than a simple one used once. Now, how do you make a strong password you can actually remember? Forget the one with the $sign and the 0 instead of an O-length beat symbols. And a string of ordinary words is both stronger and far easier to remember. 3 or 4 unrelated words strung together makes an excellent password. Copper, lantern, trout, or garden piano whistle 42. It's long, it's memorable, and it's genuinely hard to crack. Add a number or a capital if a site demands it. Make each important account's phrase different. You only need a handful. Email the master key, your bank and anything else financial, brokerage, retirement, insurance. Everything else can be less precious. Nobody's retirement disappeared because of a weak password on a recipe site. Now about writing them down. Here's where I'll disagree with the standard advice. Writing passwords down in a notebook at home is fine, better than fine, if the alternative is using the same one on everything. The threat you actually face is a criminal in another country, running automated lists, not a burglar reading your kitchen drawer. So write them in a notebook, keep it somewhere sensible and private, and tell one trusted person where it is. That's a reasonable, workable system, and it beats reuse enormously. A password manager, an app that remembers them all behind one master password, is the better answer if you're comfortable with it. Several are free, and family can help set one up, but if that feels like a hurdle, the notebook is a perfectly respectable choice. What not to do: don't keep them on a sticky note on the monitor. Don't email a list to yourself, and don't store them in a file named passwords on your desktop. So here's what to do. Fix reuse first, starting with email and banking, different phrases, not variations of one. Use 3 or 4 unrelated words, long and memorable beats short and cryptic. Write them in a notebook kept privately at home, or use a password manager if you like the idea. Change a password immediately if a company tells you it was in a breach, or if a login code arrives that you didn't request. Never give a password to anyone. No company, no support technician, no caller, ever. And add 2-factor authentication on top. That way, a stolen password alone isn't enough. Here's what I'd do. I'd stop trying to solve all 40 accounts and fix the 3 that could actually hurt me: email, bank, and anything else financial. 3 strong word phrases, each used in exactly one place, is a realistic afternoon's work, and it covers nearly all of the real risk. I'd write them in a notebook and keep it somewhere private without guilt, because the threat I actually face is an automated list run from thousands of miles away, not someone rifling my desk. A written-down password used once is far safer than a memorized password used everywhere. And I'd pair it with two-factor, because that's the combination that really closes the door. Even if a password of mine turns up in some company's breach, it isn't enough on its own. The goal isn't perfect passwords. It's making sure one stolen password can't unlock my whole life. So let's practice. You use one password, a good one, honestly, for your email, your bank, 2 shops, and a gardening forum. Last year, the gardening forum was breached, though you never heard about it. Somewhere, a machine is trying that email and password pair against every major bank and email provider. Nothing about the password's cleverness helps you here. The only thing that would have is not reusing it. So this afternoon, you change email and bank to 2 different word phrases, write them in a notebook, and switch on two-factor, 30 minutes, and the list stops working.